Hey everybody, and in today's video we're going to be showing you how to install the GP1R on your V2 StreetFighter. This should also be very similar for the V2 Panigale, but your fairings will be a little bit different.
We have a 2020 Panigale.
Same.
Same.
But different. We got the bike up on the lift, and we're gonna go ahead and start installing our GP1R Austin Racing that Jordan bought. So this thing is super sweet, full titanium, slip-on. It comes with the exhaust servo eliminator and everything you need to run it. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing on the bike because we need to hear some sound. So I can't wait to hear it with the pipe on it, and he has no idea what he's in store. He's worried if it's gonna be loud enough. So yeah, it's gonna be sweet. You gotta get hyped, dude. No, you gotta get hyped. You're not hyper enough. All right.
Better add an explosion sound.
It comes with instructions for a Panigale, so you know, same. And this is the servo eliminator that it comes with. This deletes the servo so you don't have a check engine light on your bike. They also send you some reflecting tape along with your hardware and sticker. It also comes with your DB killer, so it's just a smaller section of pipe and that. And to clean the exhaust, you can go ahead and use isopropyl alcohol or brake clean. Either will work, but I'm gonna go ahead and use alcohol. First, we're gonna start by removing our lower panel so we can go ahead and see everything. To take your side panels off, there is your upper bolt and your lower bolt on the outside, and then there is a bolt on the back lower, and then there is a center bolt that holds both front pieces together. And then on the front, you will have to get on the inside of the radiator and get that front bolt as well. It's always good to bag and label your bolts so you don't get confused. Sometimes it's easy to get confused when there's a lot of different bolts for each panel, so bag them and you'll have a lot less problems. So we're gonna go ahead and remove, at least loosen that plastic plate so we can go ahead and snake out that cable from the clamp. So next you can go ahead and remove the exhaust servo on the back end, and your bolts for that are on top and the bottom of the muffler here. So you have to take those two bolts out to remove the tailpipe, and then that reveals the hidden third bolt for the exhaust servo. And with that cover removed, you can go ahead and see where we need to disconnect our line. So you're gonna have to remove this clamp from the old exhaust. So make sure you take this clip out, it just slides right up. And there is another rubber bushing you have to pry out of the bracket on the left side. That is the exhaust servo line unhooked. That slides off of that cover. So now, there we go. So now once that cover is removed, you can go ahead and slide that clamp off. It pulls out, and then you got it. Just wiggle your cable out. I think you need this on the bike because it's attached to 3 other things. It's got wires everywhere. Feel this, it's hardwired into your fan somewhere. Let's just leave this dangling for now. And next we're gonna remove our left rear set by loosening the top and bottom bolts. If you go ahead and remove your pivot bolt for your controls, you should be able to get to this lower bolt a lot easier. So we had to take all that off to get to that bolt right there. Now we're gonna go ahead and start loosening the 4 mount bolts for the exhaust. On the right side of the bike by the rear set, you'll see it in here. We have to get to that one. The front is on a bracket with that bolt right there. And on the left side of the bike behind the servo is another bolt right there on the bracket to the front. And then behind the rear set, we've already gone and removed the last one right there. Don't forget to remove the rear clamp bolt in the back here. It is the lower clamp and not the upper clamp. So leave this one alone, and you only need to undo the bottom one down here. And I'm gonna go ahead and use a 8mm and take this bracket off to give us a little more wiggle room to the front exhaust. And to turn that front bolt, we just went ahead and put the Allen bit in the socket or in the wrench, and then put the bit on the bolt, and you can go ahead and turn it little by little. There's not a lot of clearance on this, so you do need a little bit of a toolbox for this one. So we didn't do it until the exhaust was already hanging loose, but you can go ahead and take this bottom bolt out right behind your drain bolt. It's a cover for your fan shroud, so you can loosen that and slide the exhaust all the way off. And that is the stock exhaust removed, and probably the bare minimum you have to do to get that off. Toughest bolt really is this front mounting point. Rear set on the left side is also a trouble point, so I wouldn't try this without a decent set of tools. We went ahead and dropped our lower fan shroud, and you just need to take those 6 Torx bolts out to start applying your gold reflective tape on the bottom pieces. It comes with supplied in the kit, so it's really nice and they're pre-cut. All right, so now that everything is off, we got our space nice and clean, and we are ready to install the new pipe. We've already cleaned it once, so we know it's good and clean, but now we're gonna go ahead and apply our gloves, so now we can touch it, and we're gonna clean it again after we finish installing it. So we've got our front 2 pivot points in. Now we're gonna try and get this rear one in. So there is the pipe. We have the 2 front points. They supply you with the 13mm bolts, so it's no longer an Allen in the front. And then make sure you put that black bracket on. That is the bracket for your lower fairing, so you definitely need that. That is the back mounting bolt underneath the rear set. Again, use the supplied 13mm bolt. And this is the rear pipe connection that we just have to throw the clamp on and get that lined up. It is a very precise fit, so this rear clamp you want to make sure is lined up before you have your bolts nice and tight. So Jordan's getting them tightened up now. The factory exhaust clamp actually broke on us, so we had to replace that bolt, but we got that nice and fitted, so we're just tightening up the mounting bolts now, and we'll start putting this thing back together. And there it is. We have it installed. We just got to put the rest of the bike back together, but pipe's on and it looks super sweet. It's definitely a tight fit, and it's taken us about 3 hours, I think, with filming and everything. So probably like just under 2 hours if you're not trying to film everything. So far so good. We're gonna get this thing wrapped up and redo everything we took off.
That's loud.
Stop it! Thank you! Thank you! No! If the mic wasn't totally blown out, it sounds amazing, and it is
Loud.
definitely loud. Look at this exhaust smoking.
Yeah.
But honestly, the install went pretty good. This thing looks really good up on there. It fits, it tucks in really nice, honestly. Definitely sounds good in the garage. Difficulty scale, 6 or 7. Happiness scale, 11. So there you go. Definitely a +1 for Austin Racing. Yeah, they did a great job on this system. So now we'll just wait until the SP2 system comes. Bum, bum, bum. See, if you say it on the internet, then you have to do it. So the install went good, and after dealing with another Austin Racing exhaust, this is the second one I've put on, and I have nothing but good things to say, and it's definitely a top contender for the SP2. And don't forget to subscribe to see more videos on the V2 and the V4 SP2 and the Multistrada. I forget I have that thing too. Stay tuned to check all that stuff out, and thanks again for watching. We'll see you later.